UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones believes Stipe Miocic is playing mind games with him. UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones is not buying the training footage of Stipe Miocic on Instagram, which has caused a backlash against him. Joshua King writes, "You're a druggie who cheats and beats women. Stop it with these quotes as if you're someone to look up to. It's laughable you think beating a way past his prime Stipe does anything for your legacy. If anything, it hurts your legacy to anyone who actually follows the sport. Obviously, you're doing this for yourself, which is fine, but don't act like people will applaud you for it." Jones refuses to unify the UFC heavyweight title against interim champ Tom Aspinall, insisting on fighting Miocic in November. To be fair, Jones did set his sights on Stipe long before Tom won his interim belt, and with the rumored $15 million payday, one can see why it might be hard to change Jones' mind. Miocic, who has been slow and old for 3 years, is seen as less relevant now. Jones believes the video is a ruse designed to lull him into complacency, as he has learned the importance of timing and deception in combat strategy. Jones, who was fighting towards the end of his light heavyweight reign, believes Miocic represents his legacy as the greatest of all time, and that Aspinall is not much of a challenge.
With all due respect, I gotta tell y'all something. Pretty soon, there's gonna be some news about Jon Jones. It's gonna be really big, and it's gonna shock the whole MMA community. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Quentin Rampage Jackson has teased a really big bombshell about Jon Jones is coming soon. Jackson suggested that there will be shocking news about Jones that would, quote, shock the whole MMA community. There are many possibilities here, such as Jon Jones getting busted for another DUI or DWI, or involved in another domestic dispute.
Female is bleeding from the nose and mouth, and he's actually a professional MMA fighter, Jonathan Jones.
The only thing truly shocking would be Jones announcing that he would fight the winner of Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes instead of Stipe Miocic. In all likelihood, Rampage is probably just chasing headlines, as he's not spoken with Bones in more than a decade. But time will tell what he possibly knows about the two-division champion. It seems like everyone these days is out to get Jones for something and to reveal something sinister about the man.
He's gay, look at his post, he's gay, there's no denying it, that's a gay post.
For all the criticism Jon has faced, most of which is historically deserved,
a black man can't drink, getting elected into the Hall of Fame, and now this is what I got.
One thing you can't say about the man is that he changes his mind when it's made up. Conor McGregor doesn't appear to have slowed down his partying lifestyle as his octagon return edges closer. The legendary UFC fighter will take on Michael Chandler at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on June 29th in the main event of UFC 303, but he is still regularly being spotted at his Dublin pub, the Black Forge Inn, where he partied the night away on Friday. Chandler has remained secluded in his Florida fight camp, where he posts seldom training videos but otherwise is staying quiet after a years-long build-up. Meanwhile, McGregor has been enjoying the limelight with a number of ventures, including Friday's gig. Within a month, we'll be deep into McGregor's first fight week since the summer of July 2021, and despite his antics on social media, he has told fans on a recent Kick live stream during the week that he has been steering clear of drinking since the 10-week mark. However, he can be seen ordering a number of drinks, including his forged Irish Stout and bottles of his Proper 12 whiskey during the stream, but he promised he was just smelling them as he was finished with alcohol for the next few weeks. Yeah, I enjoy just smelling the alcohol too. McGregor and Chandler will meet for the first time since filming The Ultimate Fighter at the start of last year when they came to Dublin for a press conference at the start of June. The Irishman hasn't been in front of his home crowd since the build-up for his 2015 bout with Jose Aldo. Their face-off will kick off an exciting month that will culminate in the International Fight Week in Las Vegas. It was announced this week that the pair would be meeting in the Irish capital through a video of Dana White's Instagram with tickets on sale this week. Dustin Poirier is set to challenge Islam Makhachev in the main event of UFC 302, making his third challenge at the undisputed UFC lightweight title. Poirier's legacy is already that of a top 10 lightweight of all time, with a strong record against 155-pound fighters like Max Holloway, Conor McGregor, Eddie Alvarez, and more. His fight against Makhachev would elevate his place in the divisional pantheon. As a 5-1 underdog, a win could lock him into a 3-way consideration on the lightweight GOAT list alongside Khabib and OG BJ Penn. Poirier's position in the top 10 is tenuous as the 155-pound division continues to roll on, but a win over Makhachev would lock him into the top 5, and it would take something epic to unseat him. However, if Poirier loses, he may retire, and in the future, more great lightweights will rise with resumes that will move him down the list. Charles Oliveira believes that neither Dustin Poirier nor Arman Tsarukyan will be able to unseat Islam Makhachev as UFC lightweight champion. While he acknowledges that Poirier has the punching power to shut anyone's lights off, he is not convinced that this scenario will play out on fight night. Oliveira believes that Makhachev will avoid danger with his heavy hands and hard hits, but he believes Islam remains champion, saying, quote, "He has heavy hands and he hits hard, so he definitely can knock him out, but I think Islam remains champion." As for Arman Tsarukyan, Oliveira is not sold on his style being enough to dethrone the 155-pound champion, saying, "Arman is a guy that takes you down and he holds you there the entire time," Oliveira said. "No way, it's not a fight he can win." Tsarukyan has a split decision win over Oliveira, but he claims he was offered the UFC 302 spot to challenge Makhachev, but didn't feel there was enough time to prepare. There were a lot of great comments left on yesterday's video, and I gotta tell you, if you want to get people riled up in the comments section, simply say anything negative about Khabib or Conor, and you are sure to get a lot of people to come out of the woodwork and tell you what an idiot you are. Let's take a look at the top 3 comments. P1S2LP3TE commented and says, "Tom's leaving social media to go cry. Face it, Jon isn't that into you. LOL. If he gets his numbers up, the champ will come and end him. LOL." Zesley Snipes 2939 not only has one of the better YouTube handles, but he also says, "Anybody who thinks Jon is running from Tom Aspinall is delusional. Tom hasn't beaten one legend and is the interim champ in the weakest heavyweight division of all time. Europe meat riders are crazy." You know what? I think Europe meat riders is an insult I need to start using more often. Sports Enthusiast 79 with probably the most insightful comment says, "It kinda confuses me why this guy only has like 100 followers. That's a really solid recap." You know what, Sports Enthusiast 79? I agree. In fact, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you take his advice and hit that subscribe button right now. You want your comments highlighted on tomorrow's video? Simply comment down below. We'll highlight the top 3 comments, good, bad, or indifferent, and feature them on tomorrow's video. And that does it for today's news, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time we drop a new video, and in case you missed it, here is yesterday's news.